Hi, my name is Keith Lau. I'm your recruitment advisor. Oh, today is Tuesday, April 14th, 2020, and day 14 of my 30 days program. So today's topic is most common job interview questions and answers. Okay, seems quite general and common topic, right? Yesterday videos, I mentioned about, okay, if you prepare well, okay, so you research the company and the interviewers, then you got more information. And then when you go there, you start, small talks naturally, and then you lead the flow, you build a relationship, and then you got more impressions, and then you get the permissions to start introducing yourself. Okay, so that is the flow to start off. Okay, and then I also want to tell you that some interviews is not common, right? So there are some interviewers would not ask you, "Hey, tell me about yourself," because they think that, "Hey, it's already there in the CVs, and you listed your achievements and all those things like that. Why I need to spend time with you to ask that questions?" Or by the way, some interviewers not friendly, some interviewers not trained, even though it's like HR, they're actually the same. So some interviewers they might not be the decision maker. Okay, so or some interviewer they form an impression to you already because they read the CV. Hey, you can't do the job. Maybe it's kind of waste my time, or I just kill time to meet with you because HR keeps asking me to meet with you. Okay, so that's why I'm here, right? And they no interest to meet with you. So that's why they didn't ask that tell me about yourself questions. Okay, so whatever they entertain you or whatever, but your role, okay, and is to impress them, okay, and keep everything in a process that is smooth and you're going to doing well, okay. And also sometimes it's quite hard to manage different people with different personalities and different styles and different views and different opinions, so don't argue with them, and you have to quickly identify whether he is the decision maker or he's the hiring managers or he just the peers, or what are they looking for. So you have to gotta understand what's the standpoint, okay. And for example, if HR, then obviously maybe they are just in the process, or if it's a senior management, is that they are the ultimate hiring, decision makers or something. So just to ensure that, okay. And of course, as a hiring manager, then you need to build the relationship because you obviously have to work with him or her in the future after you get hired. And not to mention, interview have different rounds, different types, different forms. Okay, of course, nowadays we're doing video interviews because of the virus thing, and I guess this is because of technology is so advanced. It's also the near future. Anything will be online, and then I will also talk about video interviews topic throughout this week. So no worries, I'm with you. As always saying that just keep following my 30 days, and even lockdown, even everything, right now the trend is video interview. So hopefully you can master that skills after that. And also, the thing about that interview, sometimes it may not be only one-on-one. It includes panel interviews. Could be three people or more. Could be people from different departments. Could be from different seniorities. Okay, and then group interviews. A lot of candidates group together, and then also maybe assessment centers. It's more likely for fresh graduates because kind of like group interviews, but a few HR or whatever look at those people. And yeah, hang on. So how about two people, with the same team or whatever HR or high managers interview together with you? Is it treated like panel interviews or go interviews? Whatever, I don't know. But during these kind of, two people interview you, and what you need to do is the eye contact. Okay, everyone. Okay, you spend time, and then of course you have to answer the questions from who is asking you, and also you have to know quickly, as I mentioned, about who's the HR, is it the decision maker or who's the hiring managers, those kind of things, right? So, by the way, normally if the companies invite you to interviews, perhaps you also need to stay for a few hours because sometimes they will say, hey, can you do a personality test? Can you also do written test, computer test, okay? Or maybe perhaps, okay, there's some, assessment or presentations that you need to do to present during the interview. So different scenarios, right? So you have to master that. And it could be quite long, and remember that you arranged your time, and then because maybe sometimes suddenly you also have to meet some other people and in the same day, so be prepared of it. And some of the interviews sometimes it's, hey, I'll start in HR, or sometimes start in hiring managers, and then the HR will do the process with you again. But also sometimes it also depends on whether these you need to meet the general managers or senior management in that involved in interviews, and then it's quite critical because the third interview sometimes maybe the senior management say, hey, okay, I'll just let the hiring managers to do the hiring, but sometimes they're very in control. So as I said, every interviews, everything you have to impress all people and do all best, okay, throughout the whole process. That is the key that I want you to learn about this, okay, today. Okay, but just think about this, okay. I'm not talking about the process, but I guess if interview involves a lot of rounds, a lot of people, and finally maybe it's so slow. Of course, maybe because today's business is so conservative, but think about that. If that company is something like that, okay, maybe involve a lot of different parties, departments, and hiring managers needs to think a long time in order to approve, then that company could be, undecisive. Okay, so maybe involve 5 times interviews, and then it will be very clumsy. And so you also have to think about whether you want to work with those kind of culture and companies. Okay, sometimes it will be hard if you're working there, and then a lot of people control and all those things. So the decision making process and the speed and also the stages of interviews is very important. And I also asked a lot of recruiters friends to say, hey, for this company, if they need to involve so many parties and so long, then basically we're losing interest, and it's not good in employer branding as well, because the experience of the candidates is not good as well. Okay, so yeah, of course every companies, every interviews, all those things have different I would say scenarios and situations. So if you want to work with me, obviously I do coaching and all those things, then I could tell you more and how you can do it. I just want to hand holding you because you may have different situations comes up. Okay, so sorry. Okay, I talk for 7 minutes already. It is so boring right now, maybe. But yeah. Any comments? Okay, type yes if you are able to follow me, and type yes, yes. Okay, if you follow my 30 days program. Okay, and so I just want to tell you some concepts. So that's why just a lot of talking. But yeah, right now I just want to focus more deeply on how to answer those common interview questions. Okay, and I will also tell you the flow, how you can do better and impress the interviewers, and also do well in your next interviews. Okay, so hopefully you can get the offer and ensure that everyone likes you in the process. First, I want to ask you questions. What are your biggest weaknesses? Okay. So before you answer the questions, I want to tell you that every answers you have to provide to the interviewer is the aim, the goal is to impress them. Okay, impress them. So you can easily download a lot of interview questions from Google, or as I said yesterday, there's a question bank and interview questions for you. Okay, but think about that. Okay, what do you mean by tell people that your weakness, and then you can also impress the interviewer? Okay, so that is the key. Okay, so I just want to tell you. And also that strengths and weaknesses are different sides of the same coin. So how you can do the transformation, or how you can turn no to yes. And yes, of course, this is a challenging question. The hiring managers of course see your CV, but he asks you these kind of questions. So what you can do, how you can handle it to answer them. Okay, so let's do just a quick demo. Okay, and also applies to my experience, so that you know how to do. Okay, for example, my weaknesses. Normally they will ask 3, right? So I'm an introvert. Actually, I don't like networking. I really do not have a lot of friends. Okay, and secondly, I'm not native English speaker, as you may know, but and also I study HR, but I repeat 2 times in order to get into university, and I study in the top 8 university out of top 9 just 9 university in Hong Kong. So yeah, and also I've changed a lot of jobs, 35 jobs, interview and applied so many jobs in my young ages. So I treated me as like a job hopper. And so if it's so bad, experience or image, how can I teach people how to find their next roles and how to be stable in a company and all those things? So this is the weakness of me. Okay, if I need to apply the role for recruitment advisor, right? So My advice for you is every time when they ask you about weaknesses, you have to find something. Of course, you need to prepare that, right? Find something that is not related to the job descriptions and don't affect your performance in the job. Okay. So right now, as recruitment advisor, I think that you also need to know how to overcome all those weaknesses that you mentioned and ensure that you turn the weakness into strength. So what you actually do and plans to do in the future, that is the key that hiring managers wants to know. So you also have to share to people all those things. Okay, maybe your some measurable result, achieve what result or previous track record. So first of all, as me, okay, as I'm introvert, right? I don't want networking, but anyhow, I hire more than 450 people, and right now in LinkedIn, okay, virtually in keyboard, I think I'm okay. So I have more than 100 people, and my posts have so many reels, and so all those things. So it means that I'm okay because my recruitment knowledge is okay to help some other people. And secondly, English is not native. There's no problem. Okay, maybe some people will just circle my posts and say, hey, my grammars and all those things, but anyway, is even though I'm not good, but I know how your series look like, right? Even though I don't know how to cook, but I'll eat and then know that is whether good food or not good bad food, right? So that means I can also help you to review your CV, okay, to change all those formattings and perhaps a little bit rewrite, okay. But this is definitely I can do, right, as a recruitment advisor, provide you more suggestions and what you need to do for the next step. And thirdly, as you say, hey, I changed a lot of jobs, okay, and I also have different industry backgrounds. I hire people, okay, I've been terminated, and all those things. So I've been going through everything, so I can help you to skip those try and error, right, and then give you faster results. And by the gut feelings and by also what I learned, and maybe I've seen from other people's the cases that I handle, so I know which company is good, how you can do that in a creative ways to find jobs, and what you need to do because I see a lot of failure as well, and so your CV and interview skills, what you can do. So this is how you treat the answers and telling people that hey, I can do the job as a recruitment advisor. So this is the concept, and that's why figure out that as a recruitment advisor, I do have some winning formulas to share with you. Okay, by the way, so I'm just to be honest, right? By the way, if I changed so many jobs and I still working in MNC, and I changed some different fields as well. So I still passed the probation, I still passed the reference check and all those things. Would that be bad, right? No, of course not, right? So anyway, just a demo for me. But I just want you to think about your stories and how you can answer those questions. But here's some common things, a summary, a bit that you can learn. Okay, first of all, is acknowledge the questions. Secondly, is always explain it in a positive side or in the near future what you need to, right? So thirdly, what you're gonna to tackle it, how to overcome it. Perhaps that you can give them examples and support. Hey, by the way, I did similar things like that in my track record, and so that this is you are able to do it. Okay, so utilize this kind of guidelines and to find out your own common answers. Okay, so come on, yes, if you're able to follow me. Okay, again, I talk for another 5 or 6 minutes. 6 minutes. So I want to give you some more common interview questions, okay, and perhaps those tricky ones so that you can prepare, okay. And this is the selected one that I want to tell you. So, for example, where do you expect yourself to be in 3 to 5 years times, right? Or why do you want to work with us? Okay, so have you done your research? Okay, have just tell people more about that company. And so why should they hire you? So is again your show time. Okay, so tell them about your perspectives and what you see your future careers, and then okay, maybe why do you want to leave your current role or left? Right, this is the must ask questions. Okay, so prepare that and probably understand more about telling people the positive way. Okay, I'm looking for better opportunities, of course, right? And so you can see that everything must be prepared and back up with examples and tell your own stories and achievements. And some other tricky questions could be, okay, what is the most significant achievements? Obviously, already written down in the CV again. So again, they're challenging you again. And what has been your biggest failure? Okay, think one that you haven't prepared yet. Okay, just like what I'm demo today is your weaknesses, something like that. And then some other work-related questions will be, hey, how do you handle stress? Because we have a lot of role to do, okay? How do you deal with conflict? And how do you manage the time? Okay, it's the same mention about about the company. They're maybe very messy or something, right? And finally, maybe what would you do if a client's complained? So wants to know more about your mentality and how you react, and in terms of some other things happened suddenly. Okay, so finally, I would like to give the flow. My view is if you start something well in the opening, okay, build the relationship first, and impression, of course, because you obviously tell people about yourself and stories, then it's already a halfway success. So you still need to prepare the questions, and also they will also ask you some more difficult questions, which is I would say competence based or behavioral based questions, which we will talk about it tomorrow and see how we can tackle it. And sometimes, okay, interviewer also will ask you something because they want to, challenging you, and then because they something like their objections. So you also need to handle it, turn no to yes, right? So this is something that you need to be aware, and then we'll also talk about that in this whole week. So for tomorrow, we will be focusing on the difficult interview questions. And again, just stay tuned for all the videos. If you haven't watched my previous video, please go to do it. Just like my Facebook and YouTube, and then you can find out there. And so thank you so much for your time. And by the way, if you have download the list of 40 interview questions, I mean, like a question bank or something with expert answers and guidelines, please do so. And yesterday I also told you about we have interview tips. Okay, it's also download for email for free. And usually I'll just read out here or the comments below. And so it's www.next-row.com/interview tips. Okay, it's just one word. Okay, study it, prepare it, and practice it. So able to help you to excel in your interview. Okay, and by the way, I also have a master class, like 5 evening steps to get any jobs in the interviews. Okay, so you can also watch it too if you want. Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow, and I will also let you know how to enroll my Zoom coaching call right on this Saturday. I just want to make it more interactive because last time just help people to review the CV. That would be a great success. So this is gonna be a new link or new site or whatever. I'm just thinking about that. So I will let you know tomorrow how to enroll the Zoom call. Okay, so thank you so much. And yeah, it's almost 70 minutes for this video. It's the longest one, I think. So hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, and please keep follow my contents. Thank you. Bye bye.